Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome in as we are back and ready to rock and roll for our second race of the evening. Our second race about to get underway is the Dirt Street Stocks, live here from the beautiful Cedar Lake Speedway. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, you came here for a show. Well, here you go, as we'll get them stacked up, racked up, and ready to go. Heat race number one, loaded into the sim and ready to go. As starting on the pole in the 2 machine, it is the flawless auto body pacer sign of designs number 2 ride. That is PJ Popham. To his outside in the Dirty South Speed Shop, number 1H, that is Vernon Hill. Starting in position number 3 in the number 51 ride, that is, I do believe, the 51 machine of, they got the order all messed up here. That is not Tommy Bush. It is the 51 ride of Bracton Tinker there in the yellow mellow number 51 machine. To his outside in the 06, that is the Tri-City Speed Superior Racing Wheels 06 ride of Tommy Bush. Down on the inside, a row number 3 in the 43, it is Casey Durand. Into his outside in the 54 ride, it's another one of the Tri-City Speed machines. That is the 54 of Joseph Brooks. And bringing up the rear of the field in the 2 ride, here in this one, the 28 ride, that is Cody Blixt. As we get 7 drivers ready to rock and roll, heat race in number 2 is underway as PJ Popham is going to see the green flag fly and quickly going to put the hammer down as he's looking to run away with this one. Vernon Hill right there in second. We already see some drivers turned around and a little bit more of the same as what we saw before. And that is the caution flag going to fly as Joseph Brooks and Tommy Bush going to come together and bring caution flag number 1 out and about here for these Dirt Street Stock drivers. As we will take a look back. Unfortunately, the Gold Trickle mellow yellow ride blinking a little bit down on the inside, and I think that may have sparked a little bit of what happened here. Is unfortunately, looks like Tommy Bush is getting onto the binders to maybe avoid that 51 ride, to maybe not get into him. And unfortunately, as he checked up the 54 ride of Joseph Brooks, couldn't get checked up quick enough, and he's going to get right into the back end of Tommy Bush. And unfortunately, Bush is going to go around the 54 ride, locks him up, as not a lot of damage to either car. We also saw Bracton Tinker go around as well there, as you see 51 ride getting turned back around here as he was blinking there pretty badly on the racetrack. As we'll stack him up, rack him up, and get ready to go back to green flag racing here in this one. Luke Zampich coming in, showing the love. Luke coming in says, finally able to make it to our iRacing League after a new PC build. Gonna knock the rust off and go at it. Let's go, Luke. That's what I like to see, brother. Good to see you back out there on the racetrack. Casey Durant coming in, showing the love again with that heart reaction. Good luck to Casey out there on the racetrack. He's currently in that 3rd spot as we are back to green flag racing here with the Dirt Street Stocks live from the beautiful Cedar Lake Speedway. Out in front, PJ Popham leading the way, but here comes the 1H of Vernon Hill. Hill down low, looking to try to get the 5.6 graphics and number 1 machine up into the top spot. Here is the 1H down the front straightaway, chasing down the 2 machine here in this one. And here comes Cody Blixt. Blixt looking very stout here in this one, coming from the rear of the field, already up 4 spots into position number 3, and he's looking to go after the race lead here in this one as Cody Blix right there in that 3rd spot is door to door there for the top spot, as the 1 ride in the 2 machine continue to battle out there on the racetrack. These guys putting on a wonderful show here for us. There's a little bit of contact, and Blix is looking to try to go 3 wide here for our top spot. Man, oh man, oh man, these guys are putting on a show here for us in heat race number 1. What a battle is out in front. Vernon Hill going to be able to jump up and take that top spot away. So Vernon Hill now to the point here is the 2 ride of PJ Popham back to position number 2, but he's not done yet as he's going to get a good run down low underneath the 1 ride of Vernon Hill. Hill up to the high side of the racetrack here, going to lose that front bumper after a little bit of contact in the 2 ride of PJ Popham back out in front. Here comes Cody Blix. Blix is going to send it in there. Now he's going to have to go for a pass through the cracks. as he almost lost the handle of that 28 ride. Unfortunately, slides all the way back into position number 5 as Vernon Hill now trying to hold off the Ryco Motorsports number 43 machine of Casey Durand. As Durand right there on the inside is the 43 ride looking to try to jump up here into position number 2 as the 2 ride of PJ Popham trying to stretch out his lead. Tommy Bush right there in position number 4 and looking for more here is the 06 there in that 4th position. Cody Blix, Joseph Brooks, and Bracton Tinker bringing up the rear of the field as PJ Popham out in front looking to try to pick up the checkered flag here in this one as he's going to see the white flag fly in one more time around for the 2 machine as PJ Popham down the backstretch for the final time here in heat race number 1, down through quarter number 3 and out at quarter number 4. He's going to pick up the checkered flag here in this one and some contact back there behind him. Casey Durand turned around. He's trying to finish this race in reverse. Vernon Hill looks to give him the spot, but right there, Joseph Brooks going to slide by him as PJ Popham out in front. Tommy Bush in second. Cody Blix coming home in third. Joseph Brooks, Casey Durand rounding out our top 5. Vernon Hill and the 51 going to bring up the rear of the field as we're going to stack them up, rack them up, and get ready to do it all over again as heat race number 2 is about to get underway. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, if you're just tuning in as well and you haven't already, make sure you hit that heart reaction on the stream, hit that like button, hit that share button, hit that follow button if you're new here. Make sure, if you're watching over on YouTube, that you hit that subscribe button and the like button over there as well. There's also the join button now live over on YouTube. If you guys want to become part of the PeaceMaker members, make sure you hit that join button, become part of the PeaceMaker sub club today over there on YouTube, or the sub club over on Facebook and Twitch as well, as those are always other options if you're watching on those other channels. As we'll get them stacked up, racked up, and ready to go. Heat race number 2 is about to get underway. Chris Hill in the Dirty South Speed Shop Cocky Floyd Consulting Speed Ranch number 65 ride going to start on the pole to his outside in the 86 ride. It's the BBI machine. That is the 86 of Patrick Lemire. Starting in position number 3 in the 29 ride, that is Jeremy Sorensen. Into his outside in the 33, it's Luke Zampich. Starting in position number 5 in the 37 is Joey Price. Into his outside is Terrell Wheeler. And then we see Patrick B. Fast bringing up the rear of the field in the 85 ride as we are quickly green flag racing here once again from the beautiful Cedar Lake Speedway as the Montana iRacing League underway here for another week, another bunch of shows here as 2 races tonight, 2 races tomorrow night. We already saw some crazy action in our first race of the evening. The 65 rider Chris Hill looking to make things that much more crazier here with trying to pick up a heat race win as he's trying to hold off Patrick Lemire as up into the air Jeremy Sorensen over the infield tractor tires there goes airborne up onto 3 wheels there as he was rocket launched up there in corner number 3 and 4. The 43 of Terrell Wheeler gonna lose the handle of the 43 ride, almost goes all the way around for a loop-de-loop there, gets stopped on the racetrack, keeps on going, no caution flag. As out in front, Chris Hill continuing to lead the way here in the Cocky Floyd Consulting Speed Ranch Dirty South Speed Shop number 65 ride as he's out in front, but here comes Patrick Lemire beating and banging down through the front straightaway and into quarter number 1. There's still time together. Down through corner number 2 and down the backstretch. The 65 rider, Chris Hill, going to continue to give him a bumper, but he's going to lose the handle of that ride down through 3 and 4 as we get a new race leader here in heat race number 2. Patrick Lemire now out in front with Chris Hill back there in second, and we're going to get a caution flag. Caution flag going to fly here in this one as unfortunately like Joey Price in the 37 ride going to have some issues here as him and Patches B. Fast duking it out here just on the outside of the top 5, and fortunately it looks like the 37 going to come off the racetrack at a piece of the 85 ride. They're going to go for a little loop-de-loop there as the 85 goes down through the infield. That 37 ride, though, parked on the racetrack there, is going to bring the caution flag back out as we will stack them up, rack them up, and get ready to go back to battle here in this one. Patrick Lemire out in front. Chris Hill there in second. Luke Zampich there in position number 3 in the 33. And then we see Patches Be Fast there in position number 4. Jeremy Sorensen there in 5th. Terrell Wheeler there in 6th. And Joey Price bringing up our top 7 here in heat race number 2 as we'll stack them up, rack them up, and get ready to go back to battle here in this one. We're looking for the lights to turn off the official iRacing pace truck and get ready to set these drivers back loose to try to finish off heat race number 2 here this evening. The lights are off that pace truck. Single file restart here as we're going to get ready to let them loose. We're going to get ready to go back to green flag racing. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, if you are enjoying the show, well, here you go as things about to get a little bit more crazy here in this one as the green flag back out into the air. Patrick Lemire with a great restart here. Lemire out in front as Chris Hill tried to hunt him down. The 33 rider Luke Zampich right there in position number 3, now trying to take a look to the outside of Chris Hill. Patches Be Fast there in position number 4 and looking for more. Jeremy Sorensen there in position number 5. Terrell Wheeler and the 37 of Joey Price duking it out door to door there for that 6th position on the racetrack. Joey Price going to jump up into that spot and move the 43. Terrell Wheeler back to position number 7 on the track is out in front. It's all Patrick Lemire here in this one. Not off to the best start in this one, says Joseph Brooks. Yeah, not the best start so far for you in this one, Joe, but I'm sure you'll see a turnaround there in our main feature event as he got a lot of laps of racing action left to go as we see the white flag fly here in heat race number 2. Patrick Lemire down through quarter number 3. Nice and easy out of quarter number 4. Lemire is going to pick up heat race win number 2 here in this one. Chris Hill, Luke Zampich, Patches Be Fast, Jeremy Sorensen, Joey Price, and Terrell Wheeler rounding out our field there in our second heat race of the Dirt Street Stocks. As we'll stack them up, rack them up, and get ready to go here. Heat race number 3. Gonna get loaded into the sim and ready to rock and roll here for our 3rd heat race of the evening. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, make sure you don't forget as well, we got currently 15 viewers up in the chat watching right now. Make sure you hit that like button on the stream for me. Smash that thumbs up. Hit the share button. Hit the follow button. Hit all the buttons here. But definitely make sure you drop a couple comments. Make sure you leave a like, leave a share. Helps the stream grow more and more and more than what you may think, and it costs absolutely nothing here for you guys to hit that like, share, and follow button on PeaceMaker Gaming. Joseph Brooks coming in, showing the love with the like, and coming in as well is Landon Imhoff. Landon coming in, showing the love. How are you, Landon? Hopefully you're having yourself a great day. As Joe says, nowhere to go in too much BBI dig. My bad, fellas. My bad. It's all good, brother. It's all good, Joe. As we'll see you back out there for the 8-main. I'm sure we'll see you work yourself up to the front of the field. As we stack them up, rack them up, and get ready to go. The 32, the Pacer Signs and Designs, number 32 rider, Pacer Popham, out in front, going to lead us down to the green flag with Merlin Sorensen in the 307 to his outside. Caden back there in position number 3 with the 3D Racing. House of Speed, number 77, rider Warren Samoy there in position number 4, the 57 of Maurice Meyer, and Zane Lemire bringing up the rear of the field here in this one. Isn't it a little late for you, boss? It's a little late for me, but that's our this is our routine for the next 8 more weeks after this week. Some pretty late shows for Fridays and Saturdays as we are green flag racing. Heat race number 3 underway as the 32 ride trying to hang on to it. Washes up, gets a piece of the 307. Pacer Popham using up the whole racetrack here in this one as we see Caden back go down through the infield. Pacer Popham trying to hold on. Out in front is Merlin Sorensen trying to find a way up and around him. They're going to make more contact, and that may open up the door here for the 77. Warren Samoy trying to go to the extreme high side. Unfortunately, nothing biting. There's the 32 washed up in front of him. Here comes that 57 ride of Maurice Meyer as Meyer down low looking to try to jump up into position number 2 as he's working underneath that 32 ride. He's going to get tight after making some contact with the infield tractor tires. Now he's going to get in to Pacer Popham and turn the 32 ride around, and we're going to see the caution flag fly here in heat race number 3. So that's the 3-peat here in this one. Unfortunately, 3 heat races. We've seen 3 caution flags already after a caution-filled UMP modified race earlier on. Things not looking up here in this one. It's definitely past his bedtime. It's definitely past my bedtime. I don't even know what time it is. What is it? It's 11:05. 11:05. Normally, I'm not live this late. Usually, I'm done by like 10 o'clock, 10:30. That's usually when most of the leagues end, and we're usually not that much later. But this league, being a Montana iRacing league, they're obviously on what is it, Mountain Time, so they're 2 hours behind what I am. So it's 11 o'clock for me. It's only 9 o'clock for these guys, right? So it's not too late for them, but it's definitely pretty late for me. But nonetheless, we're here. We're ready to put on an absolute show. Here is Merlin Sorensen out in front. Warren Samoy there in second. Zane Lemire in position number 3 with Caden back there in position number 4. Pacer Popham and Maurice Meyer bringing up the rear of the field. It's the 57 ride. Going to get the EOL there for creating that caution flag, getting up the racetrack and into the 32 ride. 8 wheels turn better than 4, says Rich Murtaugh. That is correct. 8 wheels definitely turn better than 4. Sometimes, even 12 wheels. 12 wheels sometimes work a little bit better, Sometimes you got to use up a couple cars out there to make sure you can get around the racetrack. As Merlin Sorensen out in front, sees the green flag fly. Here is some more contact. Warren Samoy going to get turned around now. Caden back going to get into Warren Samoy in a second. Caution flag is going to fly here in heat race number 3, as we will get another look at it as Warren Samoy, unfortunately, is getting some contact here as the 50 machine going to get into his back bumper. Unfortunately, jacked that car up and turned him around. Nowhere to go for the 57 ride as Maurice Meyer getting checked up there to avoid it, gets spun around himself there, but they're going to get pointed back in the right direction. Not a lot of damage, so a good break there. Is everyone going to be able to stay out on the racetrack and keep on running? Where you at? No wonder why I didn't get to the back of the pack in the last one. Ian wasn't holding everyone up. Oh no. Poor old Ian. I don't know. There was a lot of drivers, unfortunately, having some difficult times there in that last race. There were some difficult times in this race as well, but nonetheless, put on a great show here for all of us to enjoy. Rob Stefanski coming in with the like on the stream. Clifford Bellamy with the thumbs up as well. My boy Rich Murtaugh, Mr. Murtaugh, coming in, showing the big love here in this one with the heart reaction and the share on the stream. I appreciate you, Rich, coming in, showing the love here in this one. As we are going to get them stacked up, racked up, and are ready to go back to green flag racing. I'm not sure what's happening here as the green flag is out and about. I don't know what was going on with that restart. I don't know if it was supposed to be single file or what was going on, but nonetheless, we are back to battle as the 307 of Merlin Sorensen out in front. Pacer Popham right up into position number 2 as here comes the 57 ride of Maurice Meyer trying to work himself up into that second spot as he works to the outside of the 32 machine. The 77 of Warren Samoy going to jump up in front of the 185. As the 185 is Zane Lemire. Got super tight down into corner number 1. Almost got up into the outside wall. Really had to get onto the binders and check that car up. Unfortunately, going to lose a spot there. As Warren going to jump back up into position number 4 and looking for more. A good battle here for position number 2 as Pacer Popham and Maurice Meyer continue to battle door to door here for that second position. Meyer up on the high side. Popham down the bottom side. The high side momentum slowly but surely paying off here for the 57 ride as Maurice Meyer up into position number 2, but it's all Merlin Sorensen. Sorensen out in front, continuing to lead the way here in this one. As Merlin down across the start finish line, going to click off another lap here in heat race number 3. Maurice Meyer there in second. Pacer Popham there in third with Warren Samoy. Zane Lemire and Caden back, bringing up the rear of the field as we see the white flag fly one more time around here at heat race number 3 as the 307 ride has a good lead here, almost 7/10 of a second over Maurice Meyer as they head down into corner number 3 and out of corner number 4. It's all the 307 as Merlin Sorensen gonna pick up the checker flag here in heat race number 3. Maurice Meyer, Pacer Popham, Warren Samoy, Zane Lemire, and Caden back gonna bring up the rear of the field there in our third heat race of the day as we'll stack them up, rack them up, and get ready to go back to battle here in just a few more moments with our A main feature event, our A main about to get underway here as these drivers are going to get stacked up, racked up, and are ready to go. As man, some great racing action. These guys continue to put on a great show here for us. We're going to get a quick drink into us. We're going to take a quick break, and we're going to be back here with our A main feature event in just a few more moments. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, if you've been enjoying the content so far, make sure you hit that like button on the stream, hit that share button, hit that follow button if you're new here. If you're watching over on YouTube, make sure you hit that subscribe button. If you're watching over on Twitch as well, make sure you hit that like as well. Bro, where's the Discord link? The Discord link for what, Landon? For this league or for my Discord? Unfortunately, this league is Montana locals only. If you're not from Montana, unfortunately, they will not let you race, so you gotta be from Montana. Be no dang way the top be that in street stocks when the low is muddy, and be hooked. Kind of dumb anymore looking at this. Yeah, sometimes I don't know, the bottom side can be very, very muddy. You can have a lot of tackiness into it, but the high side a lot of times is the quickest way around the racetrack, just keeping that momentum up, continuing to keep your foot in the throttle, and definitely makes things very, very interesting there, Ike. Nick Nowak, hopefully I'm saying that right. Nick Nowak coming in, showing the love, dropping the like and the follow on the stream. Nick, welcome to the PeaceMaker family. Welcome to the PeaceMaker crew here in this one. That explains why they can't drive. Yeah, unfortunately, they're just unfortunate. All Montana drivers. My Discord, you should be able to just type in !Discord and it should pop up. It should pop up, hopefully. I like it's a Montana league only, Montana Mafia. Absolutely, Kelly, absolutely. And hey, you know what? That's what it's all about, you know, for these drivers. I guess that doesn't work. Or at least it doesn't work for the gaming page. Let me see if I can jump in here and find the old Discord here for you, brother. I can find that in a quick second and grab the link. Let me grab that real quick. Yo, Kelly coming in, setting it off again with another 100-star donation. Let's go, Kelly Blix, setting it off here in this one. Let's get a hashtag Kelly up in the chat. Kelly coming in, showing the love here in this one, showing the big love. As there's the Discord link if you want to jump in. I was in it, but my Discord got hacked. Oh, yes. I do remember that, unfortunately. I do remember that. Who's this announcer? Never heard of him. Oh, Jeremy Sutton, my boy Jeremy in the house. What's good, Jeremy? How are you, brother? How are you? Hey, listen, we need to get something set up. Unfortunately, Sundays are super, super busy for me now, but we might be able to set something up for a Sunday night one of these nights and see if we can get you guys in there, or one of the other nights, a random night or something, and see if we can get you guys in for a show. You know, I miss the Mo Racers group, brother. I miss those guys out there on the racetrack duking it out, my boy. It was always a good time. Always a good time. Always a great time. As for dang certain, the Mo Racers, the Missouri racing group there, we broadcasted, it was at least a year working for you there, Jeremy. At least a year, maybe a little bit more, something like that. It was for quite a while, and you know, definitely from the early stages of when I was, you know, became an announcer here for iRacing. So pretty cool, always pretty cool. Man, some great racing action here ahead of us in just a few more moments. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to be right back. We're going to get a quick drink into us. We're going to get ready to rock and roll. Make sure you hit that like button, hit that share button, hit that follow button, as we're going to be right back here in just a few more moments with our A main feature event, as our A main about to get underway in just a little bit. Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, we're going to get ready to rock and roll. We're going to get ready to go green flag racing here in just a few more moments with our main feature event as these dirt street stocks are ready to rock and roll. They've been working this racetrack in, and they have this place absolutely perfect here. As we get a couple very good racy lines around the racetrack, we're ready to set them loose. We're ready for our main feature event. 40 laps of racing action here ahead of us for the Montana iRacing League Dirt Street Stocks here. The finish of the evening as these drivers loaded into the sim and ready to rock and roll. All of them out there on the racetrack right now getting some good warm-up in, making sure their cars are ready to rock and roll and ready to go to battle here in this one. My boy Brian Wax coming in with the like on this stream. Let's go, Brian. Mr. Wax coming in, showing the love here in this one as we get them stacked up, racked up, and ready to go here in just a few more moments as practice coming to a close and we're going to get ready to set them loose as our main feature event is about to get underway here in just a few more moments. Our main about to be unleashed and these drivers getting ready to beat and bang and battle all around the racetrack. 86 headed back down pit side, going to get some work done to his car, make sure it's absolutely perfect and ready to go here for our main feature event. Pacer PJ Popham out there on the racetrack working on 2 ride. We see Cody Blix out there as well in that 28 machine, looking to have himself a good run in this one as well. Admin Tower over here, says Brian Wax. Richard Bailey coming in, showing the love as well with the like on the stream. Richard says, tell Blix to put his purse down and step on the gas. Blix, if you hear that, if you're watching the stream, if you heard that, brother, Richard's telling you, you gotta put your purse away and, you know, maybe take your testicles out of the purse and put the hammer down and try to get this 28 ride to the front of the field. Right now, he's sitting on the toilet there. I don't know if that's an assumption of what's about to happen here in this feature event or not, but nonetheless, we're going to get ready for a wild, wild show here at the beautiful Cedar Lake Speedway. These drivers ready to rock and roll. They're ready to go to battle here in just a few more moments. See Chris Hill out there, unfortunately, going for a loop-de-loop down the back stretch. The 06 ride on Tommy Bush, ready to rock and roll. See Warren Samoy right there with him in the 3D Racing. House of Speed, number 77, Ryan looking to have himself another good run here this evening in these dirt street stocks. Would love to advance the session and go race. Yes, that would be nice, Joe. That would be nice for certain. Unfortunately, it's pretty much over now anyways, so nonetheless, we're going to see this one come to a close and we're going to get ready to rock and roll with our main feature event here in just a few more moments. Unfortunately, Brian, that's a tough place to be. You got a tall task ahead of you here all season long, trying to keep these drivers contained, trying to keep the rage inside and keep them from, you know, doing anything crazy out there on the racetrack and being the guy that has to hand out the penalties and everything else. It's a tough spot to be up there in the admin booth as we get these drivers stacked up, racked up, and ready to go. Our main feature event is about to get underway as, ladies and gentlemen, you came here for a show. Well, here you go as they get stacked up, racked up, and ready to roll. Starting on the pole in the number 2 machine, it's the Pacers. Signs and Designs, flawless auto body, number 2, it's PJ Popham. To his outside in the 86 ride, that is the BPI machine of Patrick Lemire, and down on the inside of row number 2 in the 307, that is Merlin Sorensen. To his outside is supposed to be the 06 of Tommy Bush, but Bush unfortunately missing the start here, so moving up a lane, that is the 57 ride of Maurice Meyer, gonna move up into position number 4. Starting in position number 5 on the racetrack in the 65 ride, it's the Dirty South Speed Shop Coffee Floyd Consulting, number 65 ride of Chris Hill into his outside. In the 33 ride, that is Luke Zampich. Down the inside of row number 4 in the 28 machine, that is Cody Blixton to his outside. In the right go Motorsports number 43, that is Casey Durand. Down on the inside, a row number 5 in the 32 ride. That is the Pacer sign of the designs. Number 32, a Pacer Popham to his outside. In the 3D Racing House of Speed, number 77, it's Warren Samoy. Then we see Patches Be Fast, Jeremy Sorensen, Bracton Tinker, Verdon Hill, Caden Back, Zane Lemire, Terrell Wheeler, Joey Price, Joseph Brooks bringing up the rear of the field here in this one as we end all the anticipation with our feature presentation as we are quickly green flag racing here from the beautiful Cedar Lake Speedway as PJ Popham out in front, quickly putting the pedal to the metal. Is down through corner number 3 and out of corner number 4 here. PJ Popham out in front on the early runs of this one as right there behind him, Patrick Lemire trying to hunt him down. Chris Hill trying to work himself up here as he's going to make the move into position number 3 as the 65 ride up into that 3rd spot, already on the move to the front of the field is the 307. Merlin Sorensen trying to hang on. The 57, Maurice Meyer right there with him as he slides back into position number 5. We see some beating and bang a little deeper in the field here as drivers bouncing around. Unfortunately for Vernon Hill, he's going to get the worst end of that one. Now we see Patches Be Fast up into the outside fence. Some more contact for Patches. Up into the outside wall. Up into the air goes the 51 ride. Up Bracton Tinker. Vernon Hill collected in that as well. Patches Be Fast, the 50 ride of Caden Back getting a big piece of that as we are going to see our first caution flag of the evening fly. So our first caution flag of this main feature event is going to come out here as we will get these drivers back stacked up and ready to go here in just a few more moments as things get very tight as the 85 ride Patches Be Fast up into the outside fence, unfortunately comes down. The 29 ride right there as they were 3 wide coming off the corner. I don't think Patches realized it. Gets shoot down the racetrack into the side of the 51 ride in the mellow yellow. Ryan going to go airborne, so does in that one machine of Vernon Hill. Some pretty good damage for all these drivers. And then you see the 50 ride of Caden Black. Nowhere to go, sliding in there, just barely avoids the 29 ride. Unfortunately for Terrell Wheeler, could not get checked up in time, and some pretty heavy contact right there for all those drivers. An unfortunate break there for that number 51 ride as he's having a good run just on the inside of the top 10, and unfortunately he's going to go airborne, and a ton of damage there for Bracton Tinker as we're going to jump right on board here with this 51 ride and see what he sees. He's just down low, and unfortunately he's going to get hit in that right rear and drove straight up into the outside wall, and nothing he could do except for just hang on and enjoy the ride. Luckily enough, lands on all 4 tires and keeps on rolling as we get him stacked up, racked up, and ready to go back to green flag racing. What's on the side of Blix's car? On the side of Blix's car, on the side of Cody Blix's ride, it is it's a man taking a poop. That's what's on the this side of this 50 or of the 28 ride. Is the driver supposed to look like the driver is in the bathroom here? Let me take a look as we see the Top Gun Wraps in Designs ride as the car's name is taking a dump, as you see that on the back bumper right there of that number 2 machine. As we will take a look and see if we can get a look at it here. Let me see if we can get a little look-see-poo here at it. Can't really see it there from that angle. There you go. Get a good look at it right there. It's supposed to look like the driver's in there taking a poop. If you look at it from that angle, it looks pretty good. Definitely one of those funny paint schemes that we've seen this 28 ride run in the past. As we'll stack them up, rack them up, and get ready to go back to green flag racing. My boy Jeremy Vaughn coming in with that heart reaction. Karina Shader coming in, dropping that like on the stream as well. Karina coming in, showing the love as we get them stacked up, racked up, and back to green flag racing as Pacer Popham sees that green flag fly here once again. For these 3rd Street stocks live from Cedar Lake Speedway as Pacer Popham deeper in the field trying to work himself back up through it here as unfortunately all these drivers trying to work themselves up through the field. Pacer Popham right there trying to get underneath of the 28 ride of Cody Blix, almost going around there off corner number 4 as he got the rear end very outside there, and see the 28 going to stroll around him as Cody Blix up into position number 6. Now right there is Warren Savoy and Casey Moran side by side here, battling for position number 8 on the racetrack. Joey Price trying to poke his nose into that battle as he's working himself up inside the top 10. You see the 0-6 ride right there as well. I do believe that is Tommy Bush back on the lead lap, so good to see Tommy Bush back in there on the racetrack. Joe Brooks out there as well in the 54 ride. Zane Lemire, Vernon Hill right there as we see some more contact. Around goes the 307 and a bunch of other drivers. Unfortunately tied up in this one as we get a parking lot here in corner number 2. The 185 of Zane Lemire collected in that one, and we saw a 50 ride go around and a lot of other drivers unfortunately getting tied up right there as we will take a look back and see what happened. As it looked like Luke Zampich, but it also looked like the 307 ride getting things started here. Merlin Sorensen, we'll take a look here at the 307 and see what happens here to him as 307 up inside the top 5 at this moment. Unfortunately gets a shot right there from the 57 ride up Myers, and then everyone else just getting stacked up into it. Pacer Popham, the 185 ride of Lemire in there, then everyone getting sideways and checking up to try to avoid the spun out race cars. Is unfortunately right there for the 307. He is going to go around, and that is going to bring the second caution flag of this A main feature event out as we'll stack them up, rack them up, and get ready to go back to battle here in this one. I guess if you can't be fast, be flashy. That is a great saying right there, Cody. I enjoy that. I enjoy that. We're going to pin that message right there. If you can't be fast, be flashy. That's what should be. I should put that on the back of my race car. I'm not going to lie. I should put that right there on the back of my car. Yo, Anthony Karf coming in with that share on the stream. What's good, Anthony? Anthony coming in, showing the love with that like, or with the share on the stream, coming in, showing the love here as we stack them up, rack them up, and back to Green Flag Racing and PJ Popham. Going to see the green flag fly here once again in this one. Don't know why that is still showing. There we go. It's out in front. PJ Popham continuing to lead the way. The 86 of Patrick Lemire right there in position number 2. Lemire came home in the second spot earlier in the UMP Modifieds. I know he does not want to be in position number 2 here in this one, as well as he's looking to jump up and take that lead away from PJ. Is right there behind him in position number 3, trying to hang on to it. It's Chris Hill in the 65 ride with Warren Samoy and Cody Blix right there behind him as Blix up inside the top 5 now in the 28 ride. But here comes Joey Price's Price up 11 spots on the racetrack into position number 6. And here comes Joseph Brooks in that 54 ride as well, up 12 spots, working himself up through the field as we are going to see the caution flag fly here once again. We will take a look back and see what happened here as unfortunately some more contact. Looks like Casey Durant and Vernon Hill possibly coming together. They were just on the inside of the top 10 here. You see the 307 go down through the infield there. Just a bit behind him, no caution flag for the 307, but right here some contact. The one right up Vernon Hill and the 43 and Casey Duran get tied together. Unfortunately, the 43 spun sideways there on the backstretch, nosed in to that inside wall, and that will bring the caution flag back out as we will stack them up, rack them up, and get ready to go back to green flag racing here in just a few more moments. These drivers ready to rock and roll, ready to go back to battle here in this one. So far, some wicked racing action as these drivers continue to duke it out. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, if you've been enjoying this racing action, make sure you hit that like button, hit that share button, hit that follow button, and if you're watching over on YouTube, make sure you hit that subscribe button and become part of the PeaceMaker family here today. We stack them up, rack them up, and get ready to go back to green flag racing. Single file restarts here in this one as the 2 ride of PJ Popham sees the green flag quickly back out into the air here at Cedar Lake Speedway. Patrick Lemire there in second. Chris Hill, Warren Samoy, and Cody Blix rounding out our top 5 as Blix try to hang on to that 5th position as a pair of hard chargers right there behind him as Joey Price and Joseph Brooks working themselves up through the field, and Tommy Bush as well Tommy Bush was supposed to start in position number 4 in the 06 ride. Unfortunately, missed the start. Had to come back out onto the racetrack after the green flag and started at the rear of the field. And he's worked himself right there into position number 8 as cautions, breeding cautions, and the caution flag coming right back out here in this one as it looks like Casey Duran going to have some more issues here in the 43 ride, possibly from some damage after getting into the wall there as the green flag came out. Not sure if Casey, just looks like the rear end steps out and around. I'm not sure if he had some damage on that car that forced him to get spun around there, but you see the leaders right there coming up, and unfortunately too close for the admins, and caution flag will come out with the 43 ride parked sideways there on the racetrack. So we will stack them up, rack them up, and get ready to go back to battle here once again as we'll get this restart ready to rock and roll, and we'll get these drivers ready to duke it out here in this one. Some great racing action here yet again, presented by the iRacing Montana League. Here's the Montana iRacing League coming together, putting this show on, getting all these drivers in here as YFF is busy. YFF is busy. What is YFF? I don't know what that means. What does YFF mean? I don't know. Yellow flag? I guess that'd be yellow flag, something like that. Yellow effing flag, maybe? But yes, the yellow flag is definitely busy. Definitely busy. Our flagman has had a workout here this evening. He is definitely going to be able to skip Arms Day for a couple days here, as he's been absolutely going to work here in this one. Yellow flag fucker. Oh, yellow flag fucker. Okay, I thought it was maybe yellow fucking flag would be a little bit better. Out in front, PJ Popham sees that green flag back out into the air as this time down across the start-finish line. 25 more laps left to go. So 15 laps in, 25 more laps for these drivers to duke it out as we're going to jump into a quick PeaceMaker gaming. Crank it up. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, crank up that volume and cheer on your favorite drivers. We crank it up. Here. Flag gonna fly here once again in this one. We will take a look back and see what happened as the caution flag flying here once again in our A main feature event, our second A main of the evening, as it looks like Terrell Wheeler having some issues here in the 43 ride. Looks like possibly Luke Zampich in the 33 right there in front of him, getting into the infield tractor tires. We saw that one. Well, it was live, and unfortunately Luke just trying to hang on to it. Getting tied up here, though, with that number 43 down the bottom side of the racetrack as Luke Zampich in the 43 and Terrell Wheeler going to come together, and that will bring the caution flag back out here in this one. Yeah, Cody, drink again. Everyone take another drink as the caution flag coming back out here in this one. Enjoy the Montana Drinking League caution flag here. You get all the Montana fans to sponsor the caution flag sessions here, so that way every time they drink we can play a sound or something, or put a little pop-up that flies up or something like that for the caution flag and drink up or something. You know, maybe we can get everyone to chip in and sponsor some graphic designer to make that for us. As PJ Popham out in front sees the green flag fly here once again in this one. Unfortunately, I gotta take a bathroom break here real quick. I gotta go pee as we're gonna jump back into our PeaceMaker gaming. Crank it up. quick and see what brought out the caution flag here, as looks like Caden back going to have some issues in the 50 ride here. You see that right front already wobbling and pretty tore up as he's going to get up into the outside fence here again. Some very, very tough damage here for that 50 ride. Unfortunately, just up in the outside fence. You see our race leaders coming by right there. They almost get tied up in that one, but luckily enough, they're all able to keep it pointing in the right direction as PJ Popham continues to lead the way here as Popham out in front. He's been able to hold off Patrick Lemire, Chris Hill, Warren Samoy, and Joey Price for quite a while here in this race, but this one getting closer and closer to the finish. And these drivers right there growing impatient back there behind him. Patrick Lemire has ran a ton of laps here this evening in that second spot, and I know that the 86 would love to try to jump up here and park his ride up in victory lane. Yellow was a stop to get some boiled peanuts. Yeah, some boiled peanuts out there on the racetrack. These drivers, maybe a quick little quick drink themselves and maybe a bathroom break and a hot dog or two, and you know, a couple of drivers already down in the beer garden enjoying the rest of their evening from pit side as we get 15 more laps left to go in this one. Out in front, it's a good battle here as PJ Popham continuing to lead the way. The 86 machine right there in position number 2. That's Patrick Lemire trying to jump up into the top spot as PJ gonna roll the extreme high side. Here comes the 86 down to his inside. Some contact! They almost go around somehow or another. They're both able to keep their cars pointing in the right direction. For the first time here in this one, we're gonna see a lead change, and now here comes Chris Hill down low with some more contact down through 1 and 2. Opens the door, and Chris Hill down the backstretch is gonna jump out in front, but here comes the shot to his shorts as the 86 ride gives him a bump, but we get another lead change here at Cedar Lake as Chris Hill now out in front. Here comes Joey Price's Price rolling the inside lane. We do have one driver parked backwards down here in the infield, enjoying the sights and sounds here of the race cars down in the inside of the backstretch there. No caution flag for Terrell Wheeler. We're going to keep on rocking here as the 43 parked down in the infield, but out in front it's Chris Hill as he was able to jump up and take this lead away. But now here comes the hard charging 37 ride as PJ Popham and Patrick Lemire continue to beat and bang and battle Lemire up into the outside wall. He's going to try to track down that 2 ride as here comes Joseph Brooks, Warren Samoy, and the 06 of Tommy Bush right there looking to try to get around that 86 ride. Some great racing action here in this one late in the evening. These drivers are not giving an inch. They are not giving up, and they are here to not mess around. They're looking to pick up a checker flag, and whether or not they got to use a bumper to get there, they're going to try to get their way to the front of the field. And you see a couple drivers working themselves up through the pack here, up 15 positions. The 37 rider Joey Price up into position number 2, and then back there just a couple more spots. You see that 54 ride of Joseph Brooks up 14 positions, back in position number 5. A pair of hard chargers working themselves up to the front of the field and looking ready to pounce here as the 54 looking back underneath the 86 ride of Patrick Lemire for that 4th position at the front of the field. Chris Hill starting to feel some heat here with the 37 right there to his back bumper. Chris Hill going to work the inside as the 37 hooked up there on the high side. Here comes PJ Popham trying to catch back up to those guys as the flawless auto body Pacer Sign and Designs number 2 ride trying to catch up to our leaders. You see the lap down car, the Pacer Popham 32 machine right there into the picture here now as well as Pacer trying to stay out of these guys' way, but also trying to stay in that free pass lucky dog position. But that's going to mix things up and get some of these drivers out of their comfort zones out there on the racetrack. So they're going to have to try to try some different lanes to get around that 32 ride, and that's brought the 86 of Patrick Lemire right back to the rear bumper here of the 2 ride as PJ Popham and the 86 have been beating and banging here the last little while. I don't know if they're done yet. We're going to keep the cameras locked right on them here as 86 ride and the 2 ride probably not very happy with how each other have been ran here in this one as both drivers had a good look at picking up a win here in this one. Unfortunately, they're back in that 3rd and 4th position and seeing our race leaders continue to pull away from them as Chris Hill out in front. Joey Price right there in position number 2. PJ and Patrick back there door to door now, beating and banging again here for position number 3 as they're going to use each other up here. PJ up the racetrack as we see the white flag fly one more time around here for Chris Hill as there's some more contact as the 2 ride of PJ Popham gets into the 86. Chris Hill, though, down through quarter number 3 and out of quarter number 4. Chris Hill is going to see the checkered flag fly as we did see more contact deeper behind those 2 as Chris Hill picks up the win here in this one. The Dirty South Speed Shop number 65 ride going to park it up here in the Cedar Lake victory lane as the Cocky Floyd Consulting 65 ride is going to get it done. The 37 of Joey Bryce there in second, and Joseph Brooks from the rear of the field to the front of the pack. Joseph Brooks is going to pick up the checkered flag here in this one. Up 16 positions. Joey Bryce up 15 spots right there in front of him as we will take a look back late in this one and see what happened here between PJ Popham and Patrick Lemire as these 2 for the last 25 laps or so have really been leaning on each other, and they've used each other up as you see the 2 ride here on the white flag lap get into the 86 down in 1 and 2, use them up pretty good right there. Then down through 3 and 4, see Patrick just not going to even worry about it, gets right to him and gets them both up into the outside wall. They're going to continue to give each other a couple love taps. Unfortunately, the 06 ride of Tommy Bush is going to go around there trying to avoid the 2 damaged cars on the high side as sure PJ and the 86 ride not going to be very happy with how the 2 of them have performed in this one after a couple hard hits, and unfortunately possibly taking each other out of the opportunity of being up here in victory lane. Chris Hill going to be thanking them as he was able to hold off that 37 ride as Joey Price almost lost it there through 3 and 4, trying to send it in a little too deep, and there's that contact there between the 86 and that 2 machine, and then 32, the 06, the 57 all getting together there behind them, trying to stay out of the 2 and 86's way, and unfortunately wrecking their way. It's a crazy race, a crazy run right there. My boy Rich says no PRS drivers again. Oh my God, Rich, we need you guys to get in here and get some more of these drivers into the PRS crew, brother. We need to get them in here. I don't know where they're all at. None of them want to race. They don't want to be in any of these shows. Unfortunately, this one's all Montana racers, so I don't know if there's many Montana Premier Racing setups drivers or not, but if there are, they can get in here and they can join this league. As we'll get ready to jump up into the broadcast booth here and pull in our race winner as Chris Hill able to get it done and picks up the checkered flag here in this one. What a run and what a drive there for Chris Hill. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, make sure you hit that like button, hit that share button, hit that follow button, and hit that subscribe button if you enjoyed that racing action here in this one. And a huge congratulations up in the chat here. Some checkered flags for that number 65 of Chris Hill as he picks up the win here in this one. Can't believe no takers on all that cash. I know, right? I don't know if they're just scared or what, or maybe they just right now it might take a little while. A lot of leagues are, starting up, so they'll probably be able to get into those other leagues, but a lot of leagues are already in their season, and a lot of leagues don't like to take on new drivers throughout their points championship and everything else. So that could possibly be the reason why there's not a lot of drivers that have hopped in yet, because they just might not be allowed to. But I'm sure we'll see a bunch of them jump in and take that offer up for certain. We need some Chris Hill merch. Yes, everyone needs some Chris Hill merch. That is for certain. That is for certain. As we'll get ready to pull him up here into the broadcast booth for his post-race interview. See if we get them all up in here. There we go. All right, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, give it up here for our race winner, Chris Hill, as he picks up the checker flag here in this one. Hey, Chris, it's Darren up here in the PeaceMaker broadcasting booth. You get a copy?
Yes, sir.
Chris, man, what a run, what a race here for the 65 ride here in this one as you were quickly up into the top 3, looking very, very nice there, kind of just biding your time late in this one, and then we saw all the contact there between Patrick Lemire and PJ Popham as they were getting into it, opened up the door for you, down on the bottom side of the squeeze, right on by them. You quickly filled that hole, jumped up into the top spot, and looked to run away with this one, but you had a very fast 37 rider, Joey Price, right there putting the pressure on you throughout those closing laps, but you were able to hold them off and park that 65 up here in the Cedar Lake Speedway victory lane. Man, take us back through this race and how you were able to get it done.
Man, that incident between those two was really unfortunate. I think we would have had Without all the yellows, we would have had a really fun race, I think, up there. It would have been one for for the books for sure. Sucks for PJ. It always sucks to get taken out when you're leading the race, but and there too. So I mean, just took advantage of the whole opportunity that we seen. Feel bad for getting into Joey. I honestly didn't know he was on the outside, running no mirrors for the first time, and the bottom was fast the whole race, so I really didn't think he was gonna get a run on the top.
Absolutely, that high side slowly but surely fading away throughout this race. It got thinner and thinner and thinner up there, and less drive off than we usually see here. That high side usually always very, very good, but the bottom side didn't really get a whole lot of action in the heat races and was set up very nicely here for that feature event. And you were able to use it to perfection here as you were able to drive the 65 right up into victory lane here in this one. A bit of a crazy race, as you said, a lot of caution flags again, a lot of contact, a lot of beating and banging, and sometimes you're the ball, sometimes you're the bat, and unfortunately for PJ and Patrick, I think they were both taking turns there in this one as the ball and the bat as they continue to duke it out back there behind you and really opened up the door for you and Joey to stretch out your lead and really duke it out between the two of you guys. And then obviously, yeah, a little bit of contact, really not much, as he was just barely up to the high side. Maybe your rear tail might have just tapped him ever so slightly to get him a little bit sideways there, where he couldn't really get the run that he needed off of corner number 4. But even if he did, I don't think he had enough to get you there, as you were hooked up down on the bottom side and able to drive home and pick up the checkered flag here in the Montana iRacing League. Dirt Street Stocks race number 2 here is the second week back into action. Chris, how do you feel about being up here in victory lane and being able to get off to a decent start here in these Dirt Street Stocks in the Montana iRacing League?
Well, our season got cut short last season because we got banned. Should have probably at least challenged for the points, if not won them. We're just going to try to get some good finishes here. Can't thank JC Floyd, Cocky Floyd Consulting enough. He got this thing on dig. Tanner Tomasi, Speed Ranch Setups. The whole crew over there, Chase Barber, Lucas Rourke. Everybody, man, they all help me out so much daily, whether it's talking smack or, whatever. We have a good time, so.
Absolutely. Whenever you're on the simulator with the boys and putting in the work and getting the practice and all the seat time that you need, you can get those great results like you did here tonight as you pick up the checkered flag. You park the 65 right up here in victory lane. Chris, who would you like to thank, or who else would you like to thank here for having such a great run and great finish here in this one?
Once again, man, first and foremost, JC Floyd, Cocky Floyd Consulting, Speed Ranch Setups. If you're not on the dig in the street stocks, go get it. You will not be sorry. You will not be disappointed. I promise you. Everybody that just hangs out in the Discord and stuff, they're all good people. Joey for racing me, clean, not killing me because he could have. I went back and watched the replay. Warren for putting the league on, putting up with all the BS. You for broadcasting it, and hopefully we can just keep the Dirt Street Stock community alive. It's on life support. We're working on it.
Absolutely. There's a lot of guys putting into work, trying to make it stay alive, stay kind of relevant, and everything else is. We always love seeing the Dirt Street Stocks in action and love to see it back out there in this one as we saw the Dirt Street Stocks go to battle, and good to see, Dirt Street Stock regular like yourself, Chris, picking up the checkered flag and parking that 65 right up here in victory lane.
Hopefully we'll have a few more times to chat here. So,
Absolutely.
But once again, appreciate you, best broadcaster on the deal. This league's awesome. Warren does a great job with it. Keeps it in Montana, local. We get mad at each other. We can always go to each other's houses. It's just a fun time.
Absolutely, dude. A lot of fun and a lot of great racing action and a lot of caution flags, but I'm sure, throughout the weeks as everyone kind of gets back in the swing of things, everyone kind of gets the handle on these cars again, they'll get back into, just some good, hard green flag racing. Not a lot of caution flags out there, but nonetheless, Chris, congratulations on a great run and a great race here as you pick up the checkered flag. We look forward to seeing you back in action tomorrow night as we see you in the late models and the 305 sprint cars tomorrow evening.
Yes, sir. Have a good night.
You too. All right, ladies and gentlemen, give it up there for our race winner, Chris Hill, as he picks up the checkered flag and parks the 65 ride up in victory lane as we're going to get ready to pull in our second place finisher, I don't think, has Discord, so unfortunately we won't be able to hear from Joey Price, but we will be able to pull in our third place finisher and our hard charger, picking up 16 positions here in this one, up 16 spots. They're in position number 3. It's the 54 ride of Joseph Brooks, as we're going to pull Brooks up into the broadcast booth here for his post-race interview. Hey, Joe, it's Aaron up here in the broadcasting booth. You get a copy?
Yeah, I got you.
Joe, back-to-back races, being able to get up here into the broadcast booth, man. Another good run and a great drive here for you as you're able to dodge a lot of chaos and a lot of carnage out there on the racetrack and slowly but surely get that 54 ride up into the top 3 here and park it up on the podium for the second time here this evening, as late in the race we saw some crazy action there between PJ Popham and the 86 ride of Patrick Lemire as they got washed up the racetrack into the outside wall there on that white flag lap. You're right there ready to pounce as you jump down low and squeeze around him and steal that third place finish away from him here late in this race. But man, a good run and a great drive here for you, passing a lot of cars and keeping that 54 ride clean out there on the racetrack.
Yeah, absolutely. It was fun. I sunk myself there in the heat. I made some mistakes, got into some guys, and I apologize about that. Like I said in the comments, too much dig in the BBI car, but it happens. I knew that it wasn't going to be very pretty, and once those two started making contact with each other, because I had that happen last week. So I was just playing it out and seeing where it was going to go, and it worked out in our favor. We made it up here into third.
Absolutely, very solid run, a very solid drive here for you as you're able to avoid any additional contact there with those two as they duked it out in position number 3 and 4 there, and you're able to slide right there from position number 5 into that third spot. Joe, who would you like to thank for another good run and another solid drive here as back-to-back podium finishes here for the 54 ride this evening and getting off to a lot better start to the weekend than what you had last week.
Absolutely. I want to thank the Bush Barn, BBI, Helena Engines and Performance, AC Free Range CPA, all the league sponsors, Missouri River Barber Shop, you for putting on the broadcast, Warren for putting all this together, and just everyone that made this league happen. This isn't easy to get together, but it's definitely worth it.
Absolutely, always worth it and always a good time seeing you guys out there on the racetrack, as we'll see you back out there for 2 more races tomorrow night. Hopefully we'll see you back up here in the broadcast booth maybe for 2 more races here tomorrow evening and maybe up 2 more spots and back up here in Victory Lane. Joe, congrats on a great run here this evening in the Street Stocks and congrats on the win earlier in the UMP Modifieds, and hopefully we'll see you be able to reenact your night tonight, tomorrow evening, and put on another show for us.
Hopefully. I'm not very good in the sprint cars, but I'm pretty decent in the Pro Late models, so hoping to get a win in that. And I mean, if I can take third in the sprint cars, I'll take it. So
absolutely. So looking to reenact tonight's actions tomorrow night. It's going to be a good show, going to be a lot of fun, and we look forward to seeing you back out there on the racetrack.
Thank you. Have a good night.
You too. All right, ladies and gentlemen, give it up there for our third place finisher, Joseph Brooks, as Brooks comes home here in position number 3. What a run, what a drive right there for that 54 ride, picking up a lot of spots on the racetrack, up 16 positions to get inside the top 3 there. What a run and what a drive for Joseph Brooks here this evening, picking up not only a third place run here in the Dirt Street Stocks, but also picking up the win in a wild UMP race earlier this evening. So 2 back-to-back races with 2 great performances there out of the 54 ride, but unfortunately Chris Hill and Joey Price picking up the top 2 spots here in the Dirt Street Stocks as Hill picks up the checkered flag and brings this evening to a close. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, thank y'all for tuning in. Everyone coming in, showing the love here in this one with the likes, the comments, the shares. I appreciate each and every one of you. Any of the star donors here this evening, the new subscribers, and everything else, I appreciate you all tuning in. If you haven't already, it's never too late. Make sure you hit that like button, hit that share button, hit that follow button. If you're watching on YouTube, hit that subscribe button, become part of the PeaceMaker family, become part of the PeaceMaker crew today, and hit that subscribe button over on Facebook or Twitch to help us out with the bill payments, or hit that join button, become a member over there on YouTube and become part of the PeaceMaker sub club and help us out with the day-to-day operations here on PeaceMaker Gaming. Earn yourself some exclusive content, some exclusive things here on the channel with all the love here in this one, as we're going to get them stacked up, racked up, and ready to go for tomorrow night. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, I appreciate you guys all tuning in and enjoying the action here this evening with us, and I will see you guys all back here tomorrow evening, as we're going to call it there on that note. It's already midnight. I got to be up in like 6 hours for work, so we're going to call it there. Shout out to Brandum David coming in, dropping that follow on the stream as well. Brandon, welcome to the PeaceMaker family. Welcome to the PeaceMaker crew. Coming in, showing the love here in this one. I appreciate you coming in, showing the love here late in this one. But ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, thank y'all for tuning in. And I'll see you guys all back here tomorrow. Peace out for now, baby. Peace out for now, ladies and gentlemen.